Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? Welcome to another t-shirt design video. In this one I am going to make a hiking t-shirt design. You have seen a design like that, a melting sun kind of effect. So I'm going to create that chart, replicate that chart, but in my own way. And of course this is going to be a design to show you guys how to make that kind of designs. Now this is really easy to make, but if you know the process. So for that kind of chart or this design we need a ellipse first. Okay, and I am going to use this vector packs in my this design. This I shared in my Facebook group, you can download them from there. So for this design I need a sun like this, but I want to make it look like it's melting down like this, or kind of river theme, but basic idea is a melting sun. And for creating that effect I will need my pencil tool, because with pencil tool you can draw. You can see my fill is now black, so if I draw anything that will make a black fill, so that is fine. Let's take our pencil tool, and then I am going to create a shape like this, and that is fine. Let's bring a copy, then Ctrl R to reflect. Okay, so Control R is not for reflect, it is my shortcut. I told this in my many of my previous videos. So this is the style, or this is the theme I wanted to create, but let's say I want to make it smaller because I want to keep it inside the sun area. So if I select these two and unite them, it will become one single shape. Then I can select my that sun, and then I can simply place them kind of this. And then if I select my shape builder tool, I can remove these extra areas that is not really necessary. So this will give me a shape like this, kind of a skull looking shape. We can put some eyes and nose here. This will be the teeth area. Anyway, so this is the shape I wanted to create, or kind of shape. So let's say I want to unite them. So when uniting, it becomes one single shape. Now I want to apply some gradient on this, because I want to make it look like a red and yellowish sun. So if I select this shape and open my this gradient panel, I can click here. So clicking here will apply this basic gradient to it, that is white to black, but we can change them. So if I double click here, we can pick any color we want. I'm taking the bright red here, and then I'm taking the brightest yellow here. So these two represent, or we can simply select this part, that but that is too close to red. Let's say I want to click this one. So this yellow will make a difference here. So this is the basic of applying gradient. Now here is the start point, it is starting with red, the end point is yellow, so it is looking like this. But we can change the direction by using this this gradient tool, or you can simply press G on your keyboard, and if you drag like this, it is going to change the direction of the graphics. You can see, if I drag from this direction, it is going to change in opposite, because whenever we are starting dragging, if I start from here, that will become my drag first point, that is the red, and the rest will be the other color. But I want to make it in this direction, so red on top and then yellow on bottom, kind of this. And then I want to use my this graphics. Let's say I want to use this tree here. Let's apply this here. But as you can see guys, in this tree, this is really detailed one. So if I like make it here, bring this here, you can see there are tons of small details here, like small anchor points that can cause trouble for us. So let's first of all, let's merge it, then unite. So merge unite will simplify this shape. Now there is not that much small details, not that much small parts. You can see it becomes a solid kind of shape, and that's what I wanted to use here. So let's cut this one. Now I want to select my this shape, open transparency for it, then press Ctrl V. So Ctrl V will paste it here. So the first step is I wanted to place a tree like this, so that it becomes a area kind of that, and then another tree here, just to hide the roundness of the sun here. Like the sun is totally round there, but it is kind of vanishing from this point. Sorry. So this is the shape I wanted to create. Now I can simply bring on here, so that will make a separation here, and I just want to make these tree tops visible, not the details of the tree. So I can simply place on here, then I can simply place another one here. Okay, so for this area we can do some modifications, like if I want to change the position of the tree, I can do that, because it is really not very important to keep them all in a same direction, kind of this. The point is to keep this top of the trees visible. So I can simply bring on here, and then I want to bring on here another one here, kind of this. Then I can simply bring on here, or we can simply select this one and this one. We can bring all of them here, then press Ctrl R. So, okay, so Ctrl R is I'm reflecting them basically. If your shortcut is not Ctrl R, then it will just bring in the ruler. Okay guys, so as you can see here, this is how it is looking like, but I don't want to make it covering the whole design. I just want to make it look something like that. Okay, so this is the style I wanted to create here, but as you can see, there are some small details that I want to fix right now. I don't want to select this one, then maybe bring them closer. So I want to make this really the main focus point of my this design. Maybe I will not use this tree here, I'll do something else there. But the point is, these small parts, it doesn't needs to be visible. This part, it doesn't necessary to be visible there. So I can take my pencil tool and then erase that. You can see whatever I don't want, I can simply erase that part by drawing a shape there. I am not basically erasing anything, I am just hiding. So hiding that makes it look like erasing. So we are inside the transparency, so whatever we will do here, that is going to look like this, but no, don't worry about that. So let's say I want to make it smaller here, like this, and then here I wanted to create a extra area, let's say a kind of a mountain cliff kind of thing. We can simply make it like that, then we can bring in a hiker, then place him here, but I want to make him smaller so that it matches with the proportion. Like if he is looking at something like a mountain at the far distance area, then it should look like this. And then of course my these trees should be kind of this smaller, kind of this means smaller, nothing else. So that is fine. So it is looking like this is a really big sun in front of him, that is he is looking at, or maybe there are some mountains, but I want to make keep this one really simple and clean. So I can simply make these trees bigger here, don't worry about them, because it is not really important. I'm just organizing my trees, because these trees are the important part of my design. They are giving it a feel like it is a mountain or a, okay, I'm really confused about this position. Let's first of all, sorry, let's first of all make it all look same. We will change them later. So this is the tree. Now I want to bring in here. So these two I wanted to make it look exactly same. And then for this area I want to just place 2 3 trees, maybe one is smaller, then on bigger again, just to give it a close looking feel. Now again I want to hide these parts. Okay guys, so this is really easy, and you can see this is how it is looking like. This part is, he is standing on some mountain cliffs or anything like that, and looking at something at the distance. And the thing here, okay, we can simply make some bird graphics here. Let's say I want to, this is just a black ellipse, but we are inside the transparency, so it is looking like it's a white one. If I select my shape builder, erase them, I have two shapes like this, but I only need one of it. So let's erase this one. I have one, then Control C, Control F, Control R. that means copy, paste in front and reflect. And then if I select them two, with shape builder I can erase this part. Then I will have my bird graphics. Let's unite them. And then I want to make a copy here. Let's make it smaller. Then another copy here. Let's make it a little bit more smaller. You can see this is how it is looking, but I want to make them really small because they should match the proportion of my this hiker. Okay, so this is the design process, or this is the design I wanted to create for this one. Let's say I don't like this. I am going to bring this one here but smaller in size, because this tree I want to make it look like standing straight. Maybe I can simply bring another copy here. Then this one a bit smaller. That is fine. Let's take my pencil tool again. Okay, so this can be confusing, but we are making it as perfect as possible anywhere, like this. So as you can see guys, I have a very bigger shape, you see, but this is not really important. Only this part is important from there, so I can simply erase this part that I don't want. And when I am erasing that part, I need to apply my gradient again, because you can see the yellow is not visible now. So if I take my gradient tool, or if I press G on my keyboard, that will bring my gradient. Then I want to bring it from here. I want to make it look like this. Or okay, that's too much yellow. Let's make it kind of this. So this is the design for my this one. I wanted to create this. So let's put a background so that you can see what I was doing. Let's create a background, make it black, right click, arrange, send to back, and you can see this is how it is looking. Isn't it really cool looking design or cool looking graphics? Now of course by this you can simply modify your graphics. This time it will be really easy for us to see and modify things. So this is how I wanted to create my graphics. And now of course, if this is kind of, if there is any extra area that is visible and we don't need that, then we can simply hide those, because that can cause trouble for printing this chart, or not printing, because that is not really important, right? This part, making this part visible, is not important. All here is important is this sun, or this hiker standing on something, that is important. So I can simply bring him a bit like this direction. Okay, so I'm in a feel kind of that this is not the perfect center position of it. Let's say I think this is the center. Okay, so you can keep modifying your design, no problem, but this is the design I want to create for this one, and I hope it will help you guys making this kind of designs. You can also make some stripes of this sun, kind of a stripe sun going down. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed this one and learned something new from this one. So that's it for today's video guys. See you in the next video. Have a great time. Thank you everyone.